I think my fiancée is setting me up, and also that she might be hiding something. Please, help me. Okay, now that this is all typed out, I realize this sounds really, really silly. But I don't know what to do, and I've already put some time into writing this, so I might as well post it, and maybe get some much-needed insight. Now this is a story where nothing happens, except a very strong gut feeling that something is out of the ordinary. First things first, I'm not in the US, so I don't want legal advice, because it probably doesn't apply in my country, unless you're Brazilian. Anyway, I, M26, have been engaged to my fiancée, Lara, F29, for about 3 years, but she's in my life for almost 10 years, and we've been dating on and off since 2018. This will be relevant in a while. Our relationship is great in every sense since the beginning. We're what most would call a bland couple, so we mostly don't fight and agree in pretty much everything: life goals, career, bedroom, living standards, work-life balance, you name it. And one thing we always agreed on was that we were monogamous. I have my personal views about open relationships that are very strong. Lara's not much, but she agreed that as long as we were a couple, we would be monogamous. But things started getting a bit weird since this girl, let's call her Amanda, got into her life. So I'm pretty sure Lara met, or reconnected with, Amanda at work, after the COVID restrictions were lifted. And they went into a pretty intimate friendship in a matter of weeks. To the point of spending a lot of time messaging or FaceTiming each other, going together on girl nights. I found it rather strange at first, because it's so out of character for my fiancée, normally very private and even a little shy, to go from "I just met this person at work" to "she's my best friend." Well, I confronted her about it, not because I'm jealous or anything, but because it was weird coming from her. She told me that Amanda was, in fact, an old friend of hers from school, and that they used to spend a lot of time together but lost contact, and now are reconnecting. Okay, this explanation went good with me, and I stopped thinking about it, and would not have thought of the matter anymore if it weren't for what happened afterwards. You see, Amanda is very, very flirty towards me. She always strikes up conversation with me, compliments me a lot, makes sexual jokes/innuendo directed at me, and it happens even in front of my fiancé. Honestly, I can't say I'm used to being flirted with, but I know the difference between when someone is being nice and when someone is actually hitting on me. But I let it rest for a while, it might be just how Amanda is. But then something weird happened back in January, not getting into detail, but Amanda crossed some of my boundaries, and I felt the need to confront Lara. I talked to her in a very serious manner, about what I thought Amanda was doing, and asked Lara if she had ever noticed something as well, and if it bothered her. Lara all but laughed at me, told me not to stress over it, and to go with the flow. She even gave a little wink when she told me that. From that day onwards, I didn't speak to Lara about the subject anymore, but I kind of noticed that Amanda's flirting started to get more straightforward. She even asked me out, although in a very subtle fashion, once, while Lara was on a work trip. I obviously refused, told her I loved Lara and we were monogamous and stuff, and she shrugged it off. But what is keeping me awake at night is something that happened just yesterday. As you might know already, the southmost state of my country, Rio Grande do Sul, is going through a very dire situation right now, with terrible floods. I happened to be there traveling for work when the floods hit. I won't get much into the details, but I was scheduled to be there for a week to attend some training sessions and workshops, and I ended up having to stay for a few days more, since all flights were cancelled. I decided to come back via bus, out of my own pocket. It was a very demanding trip, a day and a half in total just to get to state capital. From there, I would have to wait about 10 hours for the next bus to my town, which would be another 3 hours. So I arranged with Lara to make the trip to state capital, pick me up at the bus station, and get a hotel room for us to spend the night, so I could get some rest, and we would come back to my town in the morning. She loved the idea, and told me not to worry, that she would get a hotel, and yada yada. Well, when she sent me the address, I looked it up and realized it was in fact a love hotel. And a fancy one, by the way. Well, I loved the idea, first because she was paying for it, haha, and second, because we had spent the past 2 weeks without any intimacy. I reckon she wanted to catch up in more than one sense. But I digress. Okay, so last night I arrive at the bus station, she gives me the instructions to find where she is parked, I go there, see our car, and as I approach it, almost instantly the door opens, and Amanda comes out. What the heck? She had her hair and makeup done, and I mildly panicked. Why was she there? Did something happen to Lara? She was all giggly, too, told me nothing was wrong, but that Lara asked her to come and get me to Love Hotel. I stand there, flabbergasted, and she grabs my arm and tries to coax me into the car. Now, I'm a quick thinker of sorts, especially when my gut feelings kick in, so I tapped my pockets, pretended to be anxious, it wasn't very hard, and not much of pretending, I was very anxious, and told her that I had forgotten my phone on the bus, so I had an excuse to dart back into the station. From there, I immediately texted Lara, who laughed at me. I understood at that moment that she was behind it, so I told her I was not going to spend the night with her friend at Love Hotel, and she just kept laughing and told me it was fine, but that I was stupid and oblivious to miss that opportunity, and that we would talk when I got home. I was very confused by this altercation, and being already tired from the trip, I took a cab, asked him to drive me to the nearest hotel, and booked a room for the night. I spent the night awake, overthinking, and irrationally afraid that Amanda would find me somehow. I called Lara this morning. We had a quick chat, where she told me that Amanda was a bit disappointed at me but not mad, I didn't even ask, and that I could come back by bus, but she refused to engage in any conversation about the subject. I told her I was feeling confused, in the sense that I really don't understand what's happening. She reassured me everything was fine. I told her that I didn't think so, I was feeling very weird, and she once again told me she wants to talk to me only in person. So what the heck is happening? I booked one more night, so I won't be coming home today. But has anyone here gone through anything similar to this? Why did Amanda catfish me? And with Lara's avail, after all? The things that are going to my head is that either Lara wants to test me of sorts, or that she is seeing someone else and wants me to reciprocate. I can't see any other possibility, and honestly, I feel like I don't know my own fiancé anymore. Am I overreacting?